Okay, friends, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Still many to come online.
Sir,
So, how was the session? Last session?
it's good, sir.
Very useful.
I hope we made all the points clear for you in terms of financials, right?
Yeah.
Crystal clear.
Because all these, once you start working, then you will get many doubts also. But not to worry, we are with you. Even our speakers, whoever is associated with us, they're very kind enough to give the clarification any point of time. Even our Harish is very, if any technical issue comes, immediately I'll refer his number. He will take the call and clarify wherever you are, whether you are in Ludhiana or Kanyakumari, wherever you are, you can consult Mr. Harish for any kind of doubts related to the banking.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that support is
Thank
there.
you, sir.
Even
Sir, I have a question.
yeah.
Sir, take an example. Advance payment is very rare.
Hmm.
Sometimes it happens like if like buyer is asking for 30 days or 60 days. So how we are going to survive in the business?
That is up to you decide.
No, just like take an example. We are having 10 lakh or 20 lakh of the capital and we have used that.
Okay.
So in that case, like for next 30 days or 60 days, whatever the term he has provided to us, how we are going to survive in the business without the capital?
For this, there is working capital loan.
No, that is also good. If you talk about LC, that is not a problem. We will get the loan, but customer is not agreed to get the LC. In that case, how should be surviving in the business?
People are doing it now.
Sorry.
People are doing. Even
Okay.
some companies, they have the policy. So I work only on advance only. If your product is something strong, and people will wait for your turn. Okay, Sushil will give the product only after a month. Then I have to pay the advance.
Okay.
If the product
And
is something like this, then definitely people will wait after giving advance. But if your product is something general, everybody is selling at 30 days credit, they will also expect 30 days credit.
okay. And another thing is that, sir, in case the buyer had asked us for the products, and at the time of the inspection, he said it's okay. When the product has reached at their place, that time if he denying the product that it is not at up to the mark, then what we should do?
That what we should do, what kind of these problems comes. Now that is this is the session we are going to clarify you.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right.
For
All
that
right.
we have the experts with us. So what kind of problems? Because everybody feels money is only the one problem.
Mhm.
Getting a money. But
Exactly.
in the money itself, there are so many issues, so many varieties of problems.
Okay.
Okay, it is
All right,
not
sir.
only related to only money.
Mhm.
Right from product transportation to physical products to till you get back the money, there are various risks are involved. So out of this, we are going to discuss the majorly financials because physical goods will be covered by the general insurance. As
All
we
right.
discussed, general insurance will be taken care. That also will be touched upon. Okay. So to discuss about this, we are inviting a very senior official. He has just retired as a DGM from ECGC.
Okay.
And he in his service, when he has retired, you can imagine in his service, sir service, how many cases like this he might have dealt with.
Exactly. You're right, sir.
Okay. So we invited sir to share his valuable experience of dealing with this kind of issue. And what kind of general issues comes, not like a theoretical. If the payment not come, what will happen? So those are the theoretical things. But we are talking to the experts and those who have dealt this kind of issues. So let us invite Shashikumarji. Ji. Sir, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
So sir is joining us from Mumbai. Sir, I just
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Namaste, sir.
sir will take us to the practical issues of the payment issues. The what we have, sir, just now for your information, just now we have covered the banking session
Okay.
by ICICI official.
Okay.
The session what has been covered is what the payment terms, how it goes. That is a general way.
Okay.
But sir, for others,
Okay.
Now what we are going to discuss, what kind of issues are involved in each and every transaction. We are talking about the advance. वहाँ जाने के बाद then money is not coming, or person is not receiving the goods, or LC fails, or something like that. There are so many issues. Sir will take us through the other side of the part now. So what we have seen is the fair one. How, what kind of difficulties, what kind of risks involved in this activity? That is very, very important than subject. Okay. So without wasting time, now I'll invite Sashi Kumar ji. Sir, we
Thank-
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You can bring up the screen, sir.
Okay, screen.
Right, sir will take us through the session. Like last session, we have patiently heard first. Then last May, I'll give the chance to everyone to get your clarity of your doubt. Even if it is half an hour here and there, not a problem. But the thing is, first listen with the sir's problem, sir explanation, then we will discuss with sir. So over to you, sir, now.
Thank you, thank you. Very late. Good evening to everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I thank and appreciate Rao Garu for his untiring, laudable activity of conducting this kind of program pan India. I am delighted today for having this opportunity to talk to you all. I understand that you are all from various states, districts, etc., but with a uniform intention to learn. I take this occasion to encourage you all for choosing export trade to earn foreign currency to our nation. It is not an easy task to perform. I heartily welcome you all to this presentation on export credit risk management by quoting, one cannot discover new oceans unless he or she has got the courage to lose sight of the shore, that is the risk. One second. Let us begin our session by I am introducing the export scenario. If you observe, by 2017-18 and 18-19, there is a boom in the export. Our target, we could achieve about 500 billion or 536 billion range, in registering about 13.31% or 7.47% increase. But 2019-20, if you could observe, the fag end of the financial year faced this corona, COVID, etc., because of which we could marginally less for the previous year, achieving US dollar 528 billion, some 1.49% less. But if you combine the present scenario, till November 2020, April to November 2020, we could achieve 304.25 billion, which is 14% lesser than the same year-on-year basis, the previous year achievement. So as with the import, we could achieve 290.66 billion, which is 30% lesser than what we had achieved last year. Trade surplus, of course, it is 13.59 billion. To our great surprise and to command, our foreign exchange reserve is ranging US dollar 578.57 billion, which is able to cover our 13 months imports figure. We are fifth largest in the world after China, Japan, Switzerland, and Russia. The dollar rate now ranges somewhere 73.61 in the December 20. At the beginning of the foreign trade FTP year 2015-20, the aims were to double the exports to US dollar 400 billion, we could achieve it immediately, not, but subsequently we will be able to achieve or cross this $400 billion. But at the same time, there was another aim to increase the India's contribution in the world exports from 2% to 3.5%, which we could not achieve. But the latest one, we all know now that FTP 2021 to 2026 is underway by focusing so many new areas. In the recently held Board of Trade meeting, in the presence of senior officials from major ministries, state, private and public sector industry representatives, trade promotion agencies, the Minister of Commerce and Industry has indicated to reach the target of our export trade $1 trillion by 2025. I am confident that you would all be the parties to that. Now, sorry. Now let us assume you all have now become an exporter after going through all the procedures and obtaining important and necessary documents as mentioned by Rao Garu about some 10 items and are ready to make shipments and exports. Presently, you get an order from an unknown overseas buyer through contracts or agents or some other exporter friend, etc. And the buyer is more than thousands of kilometers away from your place, that is India. Are you sure he will promptly make payment? So the problem or the risk begins here. There come some more disturbances or difficulties, namely to choose a correct shipping term, mode of delivery, and proper terms of payment. Of course, both buyer and you should come to an understanding before entering into an agreement, contract for effecting shipments, which includes the jurisdiction for dispute settlement. Mostly unnecessarily, the jurisdiction will be in the buyer's country, as the judgment in India cannot be enforceable over that country. Moreover, the overseas buyer will not come down to India to present or attend the case when he is defaulted. So, without taking risk, nothing is possible, and export trade is not an exceptional to that. Let us analyze those export credit risks one by one. Now, coming to the risk management in exports, it is widely classified into two categories that are affecting goods and affecting receivables. What are the goods? Goods could be a damage, it can be a partial one or the full damage, complete loss. If it happens, what could be done? Say there are certain risk and risk protectors. Those are called by marine insurers, or marine insurance will take care of these goods. But with the case of receivables, what would happen? It again is classified into two categories. One is exchange risk and the other one is payment risk. Then again further it can be, payment risk. Now we will see one by one what are the things. Now before we switch over to our regular credit days, you would have all thought about Incoterms. You could have gone through this E series, F series, C series, etc. But remember, these are all terms of delivery, something different from terms of payment. Terms of delivery, how the mode is kept, and it is applicable to sea shipment, air shipment, land shipment, etc. But a few will be favorable to the exporter and few will be favorable to the buyers. But you have to negotiate with your buyer and arrive at what is the Incoterms based on which you would deliver the goods. Now, as far as I will touch upon marine insurance slightly. See, this is, we understand, damage to goods. It can be partial or full. What are the risks involved? it can be, those risks can be happening due to fire, explosion, or contact with water, breakage, accident, theft, pilferage, jettisoning, and other sea perils. Some 19 or 20 numbers of risks are there. You can get the explanation from them. But overall, at the outset, I am touching this. These are all the various causes that will take into a risk form for damaging the goods. What are the cover available? It can be for the sea shipment, air shipment, land shipment, or even domestic cargo. Loss of goods, it can be total or partial, but yeah, in our the export trade, the marine insurance is a compulsory one. You have to necessarily take this marine insurance for your goods. But there are various types. It can be of voyage type, time type.
इसका नहीं किया 2215 2191 का 2191 का गोल्ड नहीं सिर्फ सिल्वर है सिर्फ सिल्वर वो भी मिनी मेगा मिनी फाइलॉट्स मिनी
Please mute your mics, please.
It can be floating, and all cover is a common type. It is available, and this insurance is a freight insurance. It can be, which will be compensating the freight when goods are damaged in transit. If it is for the liability, it can be ship crashing on colliding, or if it is hull. The IRDA recently removed the premium quoting for this from regular tariff area. That is called, I have put for D tariff. It will be quoted. When you take an offer from the marine insurers, they will quote for this. The hull is the body portion of the ship underwater, and the torso, which is the main body of the ship. This is as far as the concerned with the complete ship, that one who is taking on contract the ship for loading and unloading, etc., because that is not coming in your way. But the thing is, main thing, what as an exporter you should avail is marine cargo insurance, which is preferably covering all the risks. Now, what is the period? It will be issued for a period of 1 year. So, as and when you make the shipment, you have to, it is available on the online also. You have to declare the shipment, and the premium will be, they will quote it from the deposit premium. To that extent, the amount will be reduced. So, once that bond is issued or the slip is issued, that is called the insurance slip, that particular shipment will get automatically covered. What are all the risks not covered in the marine insurance is bogus bill of lading. If a cargo is delivered without bill of lading, if a keen bill of lading is issued for damaged cargo, if dead cargo is kept under deck loading, arrest or detention of the ship, late arrival at the loading port, etc. There are various risks they are specifically mentioned cannot be covered. But the availability is from your warehouse to their warehouse. You can choose what is your necessity based on the buyer's necessity or according to your necessity, it can be availed. There are about 18 or more than 18 insurers. About public sector undertaking, some 4 insurers are available. They are National Insurance, New India, Oriental United India, and private players are more. Bajaj Alliance, Reliance, Chola, HDCF Ergo, Tata AIG, Club Marine, Global, Tenor, etc. You can go for anyone. But there is one thing, this subrogation contract, it is very specific. Once the claim is issued, then all the original documents, if they require, you should be in a position to hand over to them, to the marine insurance. It is all in a nutshell, but it is a compulsory thing in the Indian territory. Now, coming to our credit risk terms. To begin with, we will go by one. What are the terms of payment available? You would have taught in the banking session also. I will also touch upon and we will more deeply discuss with the risk involved in that. Advance payment. Advance payment in a simple term is your bank will receive the payment in local currency, that is in Indian rupees, before you make the shipment. That is, the bill of lading date will be after what you have agreed or what you have to receive from the buyer. But think upon a time, going by the present trend, do you think that advance payment will be offered or will be accepted by your buyer? Possibility is there when if your goods are in a demanding situation in his country or it is a so shortage or scarcity, then you may trick your play card and they ask for advance payment. Otherwise, in today's trend, it is none other than impossible. I could say that at least first shipment, even if you ask him, being the first shipment, can you please make the advance payment? In that case, we will compromise and say, okay, I will give you 50% advance and the balance other terms. I don't think even 100 times percentage advance payment you will be ready to agree. Okay. So advance payment is as such a very favorable terms of payment as far as exporter is concerned. Because once the money is received by you, it is the concern of the buyer whether I could receive the goods intact as per my order, etc. It is his botheration. Now coming to the next terms of payment, which is letters of credit. Letters of credit is nothing but a letter. Here, four parties are minimum involved: the buyer and yourself, the exporter, who is the beneficiary, and the LC opening bank, which will be the buyer's bank. The negotiating bank is the your bank. Now, after you and the buyer agreed that the shipment will be moved on LC terms, he will go to his bankers and request the bankers to open an LC. The LC is nothing but a written agreement or a letter containing so many terms and conditions and documents. If you or if the beneficiary submits after making the shipment the following documents, the payment can be released to him, for which the payments will already be taken by the opening bank from the buyer. It can be on any way, because now if you want to open an LC here, you may not be in a position to make the 100% of payment in your account. So there is facilities are available with banks that they will take an undertaking. Already they would have sanctioned you this much of the amount they will sanction you for the export purpose. Likewise, that buyer will be sanctioned from on that basis the LC will get open. Now, as a exporter, you will make the shipment, all the title of the goods and other documents, the number of copies, etc., whatever he says, that will be submitted to your banker. And in terms, if he satisfies, this negotiating bank, that is your banker, will inform the opening bank and the amount will be get realized into your account. This is a letter of credit. Now, coming to the other, payment under confirmed orders. The short term. As per RBI guidelines, earlier, the short term payments are to be realized within 180 days, which now has been extended 3 more months, total 270 days. So, if a transaction is made on cash sales or credit terms, it has got to be realized within 270 days into your account. What are they? Number one, documents against payment. That is DP, or in other name, cash against document, that is CAD. Both are defining by his character, quality, etc. Conditions are same. There is a minor difference that I will explain to you. But in this case, the ownership, the proprietorship of the goods lies with the exporter, that is you. You can do anything with the goods. Now let us see documents payment. How does it function? prepare the document, bill of lading is the negotiable instrument, which is the main instrument or the documents for title of the goods. Along with that, you will say invoice, other things. So many documents which are set or which are required by the buyer, you will attach it and submit to your bankers. In turn, that bankers will take care and check all the documents, and in turn, he will send it to the buyer's bank overseas. As soon as the documents reach overseas by a bank, the bank will call upon the buyer, say, here are the documents, title of the goods. Please make the payment this much, because you would have drawn it in euro or US dollar, etc. That much of amount, he will have to make it in local currency, equivalent to that dollar or something, right? He will say, you make the payment and take these title of the goods so that you will get delivered the goods. So as soon as he makes the payment, all the title of the goods will be released to him. He will go to the shipyard and show it and take delivery of the goods. This is one. This is normally, that is paisa de do, mal le lo. Simple. But this cash agent's delivery is nothing but the same terms, but there is a minor deviation, you can call it, for the practical purpose. See, buyer will also have its own this mindset. He wants to make sure that whether the ship has landed at the destination and the goods are unloaded. So as soon as the message is received from the bankers, he will say, hold it, I will go and check up whether the goods have reached the destination or the port, then I will come back. So he will go and confirm from the shipping authority that such and such ship has landed and the goods are unloaded. He will immediately come and make the payment, and then go with the title of the goods for taking delivery of the goods. This is called after arrival of the steamer. That is making the payment after ensuring that the goods have been reached the destination and make the payment. The terms remain same. Okay. Now, coming to the next, documents against acceptance, that is DA. Now, it slowly switch over to other situation. Now, buyer is entering into an agreement with you that first please send the goods to me, allow me to take it. After say 90 days or 120 days, I will sell it and make your payment. That is credit terms, real credit terms. Here, as the earlier instance when I said, in CAD and DP, the ownership or the proprietorship of the goods lies with you. Now, it is being transferred to the buyer. That means your ownership is transferred to him by way of sharing the goods delivered to him. The only additional documents in addition to the all the necessary things that are to be prepared for DPCAD transaction, a bill of exchange will be raised for his acceptance. So as soon as the documents reach the overseas bank, he will call upon the buyer, say, here are the set of documents for taking delivery of the goods. But before that, please accept this bill of exchange, which will state that you will honor, that the buyer will honor the payment after say 90 days from the bill of lading date. So he accepted, put his signature, put the stamp, and gets the documents and go and take the delivery of the goods. Here, documents is received by him, goods are transferred to him. Now you are on the lookout. Payment आएगा क्या नहीं है, आएगा क्या नहीं है. Okay, we will come to that subsequently. Now, next, another the terms of payment, we call it open delivery. This open delivery, we can see it in two angles. One, open delivery is normal, the courier service activities. How does that courier, if anything is addressed to you, he will come, ask your identity or mobile number or confirm it, and he will give you the delivery. Mostly this takes place in gem and jewelry, diamond, and these transactions. Now, here, the goods will be, the buyer will directly send to him, or suppose if you make the shipment by air, the goods reach first and then the documents will reach next. So always nowadays everything, every exporter, as buyer, everything what's in quick in the order. So as soon as the goods are received, normally once you made the shipment, the airway bill you will fax to him, or WhatsApp to him, or email to him. Taking that, he will go to the airport authorities, prove his identity, and will take delivery of the goods. This is called open delivery. This is equivalent to courier. There is another angle of open delivery is mostly in diamond practice, because it is a precious and highly valuable goods. So normally the vendors do not want to take a risk and send it by this normal mode of shipping or this thing. So this transaction will either the most of the cases the buyer will come down and go to the exporter's place. He will choose whatever diamond or this thing selectively whatever he wants. He will give a note that I have taken delivery of this kind of products for which value, and I will make the payment. This is simply acceptance. Then he will go back. This kind of things, he comes down, chooses the items or goods and takes delivery along with him is called open delivery. Mostly this takes place in diamond situation, diamond trade. But nowadays, I believe since 2017, this is now made it online also through ICX. Compulsorily, the trade has to be met with this Indian Commodity Exchange Limited, which is regulated by SEBI, a trading platform for all the traders. Here, they can take physical delivery of the products, and certification is also possible in that. So the online trading has got its own challenges. What could be that? See, if the buyer is not satisfied with the diamond bought online after delivery, at whose cost returning the diamond is done, or whose responsibility it is, or what about the money paid to taxes? There are so many questions to be come in the way of this open delivery, which are considered to be particularly for diamond trade. There are provisions and means which we will explain later. Now, the another important points which I would like to draw your attention is documents sent direct to buyer. Nowadays, each and every buyer, without any omission, exception, wants the documents directly sent to him without involving banking channel. That means normally the procedure goes, once as an exporter you have made the shipment, all the documents you will hand over to the bank. In turn, the bank will scrutinize and send it through courier or so courier services or other available services to the banker of the buyer, who in turn receives and subsequently informs the buyer. This takes some time, which even the buyer or sometimes the exporter do not want to take place. So they want, as soon as the shipments are made, I will send the documents, because finally the buyer has to make the payment. But I will draw your attention to the RBI guidelines. The RBI guidelines give the permission to send the documents directly to the buyer by the exporter. One, if the exporter is a star export house, he should have got the certificate, or he should have got enough experience making shipments with the buyer and realization on prompt time, so he can be permitted by his authorized dealer banks to do it. Otherwise, don't involve in that, because at the insistence of the buyer, you may tempt to send the document directly to him, although you have not been qualified by these guidelines. Then finally you will be in trouble, because if you refuse it, you may frighten that you may stand to lose the order. It may be for 1 crore of rupees or 5 crores of rupees whatsoever. But I will not advise you to overrule these conditions, because I would like to, even the latest 2-3 examples when I came across 2-3 exporters in the process to not to lose the orders, they have done it. Then now they are facing that buyer did not make the payment. Now the question comes, what to do? Nobody is helping him. When bankers go, हमको मालूम नहीं है. See, how can then comes the protection. Now he is in a soup. He is finding it very difficult. Even RBI further says, suppose if the exporter by unknowingly did it, send the documents directly to him, the same transaction can be regularized by the authorized dealer, but it also goes with certain condition, which prima facie the first condition says the payment should have been realized in full. If at all payment is realized in full, I don't think if only for the our government purpose or checking purpose you want to regularize the transaction, then this is the problem. So I will advise, don't go by this. If you are eligible for that, then you do that. Otherwise, don't agree to send the document direct to the buyer. Even that RBI guidance further says, if at all you are a star export or having the permission with the banker, you should submit those documents within 21 days, completely a duplicate set to the banker, your banker, for following up GR on terms, GR on follow up, GR on payment. Or alternatively, you can hand over the documents to your bank. The bank himself can send the document direct to your buyer. So it is with his knowledge. So please be careful whenever your buyer insists for sending the document directly to him. Now, coming to the next, medium on long term, deferred terms and turnkey project. Beyond 270 days, there are certain transactions which is extended to 360, sometimes 720 days, which is called extended short-term payment. But all will be falling in the category of LC, CADD, PDA only. Beyond that, there are certain terms which will be qualified for medium or long term. It runs between 2 years and 7 years even. There, I want to bring to your notice the first terms of payment which I introduced, advance payment. In this transaction, advance payment to certain percentage is compulsory. That is, suppose normally it happens so, when a foreign buyer float a tender for a big project and you may be a participant to that. You can be participating in a partial project, in a portion of a project or a complete project, as the case may be. In case you are awarded a partial or the full project, then the term goes like that. The minimum 10 or 15% will be given to you as advance payment. Then remaining thing, it will be called deferred terms. That is, it will say 20% of the payment will be released after 1 year, as soon as this much of percentage of project is completed. Then another 20% will be released to you, where some more, say another 20% of the job is completed after say another 1 year. It goes like that. Now at the end, as soon as the project is completed by the exporter, there will be some percentage, say 10 or 15% will be as a detention money. The detention money will be for the purpose and to safeguard the interest of the buyer, to see that everything is intact, perfectly done or completed, and it is functioning as per his requirement. Once it is satisfied, the retention money will be released to the exporter. This is called medium and long term. These are other way, mostly on deferred terms. where you are involved in the project. Now, other relevant terms we can come say payment against proof of dispatch TT. TT is the telegraphic transfer or SWIFT transfer. It is the mode of payment. Nowadays, the export and buyers community, they call it concept terms of payment TT. But TT is the mode. But what is it? Basically, it is against documents against payment or documents against acceptance. That originally it stays. Okay. Now, what happens in this means the benefit. As soon as the shipment is done, you fax it the bill of lading, or I mean to say through WhatsApp or something. So many mode of communication. Once it is sent, he will understand. Okay, it is dispatched. So immediately, as per your terms, he will arrange for the payment, and the payment will be sent to you. This is called immediately. The banker will inform your banker, and you will realize the payment. By that time, goods will be on the seas or on the air. It will reach there, and he will take the payment. If it is documents against payment, you have received the payment. If it is document against acceptance, he will sign the bill of exchange over there and get the title of the goods and take delivery of the goods. There are certain things, straight delivery backed by LC. Some delivery will be done, then negotiation. They will say LC by bank guarantee. The LC opening bank, in addition to the opening of the LC, will give a guarantee letter saying that this exporter is my customer. He is a registered exporter over here. He is their exporter. That means your importer registered, and he has got this license number. And as soon as the shipment is over, documents received, we stand guaranteed for making the payment. That kind of things also insisted. Mostly these are all prevailing in the underdeveloping countries, where the payment are not properly coming, going by the experience, etc. There is another point is LCOD, that is called USANs. Mostly LC, where the shipments are sent by air, the terms are called, although it is calling for site, some OD USANs. That is, they may say after 30 days I will make the payment, or after 60 days I will make the payment, like that. See, these are all terms of payment attached to LC, but LCOD USANs means a direct delivery. As I said, this one who is sending document direct to the buyer may get this kind of LCOD USANs. Now, coming to the payment risk, it is widely divided into two types. One is political risk affecting the country. The other one is commercial risk affecting the buyer. Now, political risk country, one portion. The commercial risk buyer, it is again buyer and bank. If it is affected by the bank, it is for only LC transaction. If it is affected by the buyer, it can be LC transaction or non-LC transaction. We will examine one by one. Now, first this thing is political risk, which is called it country risk. What are the things it would happen? Now, you have made the shipment, you have handed the cargo, and cargo is uploaded in the ship, and ship started its sailing. Now, all of a sudden, there is a war declared between the country of destination or any other third country, or it may be a civil war inside the country, or ultimately between India and the destination country. Now, in this situation, if the war is proclaimed, now the shipper or the ship captain may not be in a position to unload the cargo in the destination. He is going, and if he is not able to enter into the area of that country, destination country, he may have to take diversion, or he will extend his travel, and he will move around somewhere, and by that time the situation comes calm, he will go enter in the track and will unload the thing. These are all the extended time. If it is a diversion of voyage, suppose if a war proclaimed between there, or if let us assume there is a strike in the port authorities, they will say, इस तरह पे नहीं छोड़ेगा. Or on the way, particularly English Channel and all, if there is a war, he cannot take a direct route. He has to compulsorily make the diversion of the voyage. He will go around that country and reach the destination. These are all incurring additional expenses to you. Probably when you quote the rate to your buyer, you could have taken so many things into consideration with some 20 or 25% profit, and you could have never thought of it. Such a things will happen, or it will incur you additional charge. Who will bear these additional charges? You have to bear. Nobody will come into your risk. Then, if it will be lessen your profit ratio. Although you were anticipating by doing this shipment, I will gain 25%. Maybe that you ultimately you will end up 5% or even zero. It is a risk, which is called a political or country risk. Now, new import restriction or cancellation of import license. At the beginning, normally, it is prudent on the part of the exporter to make sure that the importer has got all the relevant licenses to import your goods into his country. Okay, at this time, he has got it, you have checked up, you are satisfied, you have made the shipment. The shipment started sailing. Now, the country puts restrictions from today onwards. This kind of goods will not be unloaded and delivered to the consignee. What you will do it? Nothing, because it has already moved on the ship. You have to wait. It will reach there. Then you have to instruct that shipper, so mera goods mat utaro. Then you have to make some other arrangement, or you have to wait for some time. By that time, it will say, because the sea shipment, it will take some 30 days, 40 days time. By that time, it comes normal. Then you have to instruct them. Now you go there. By that time, the restriction would have been removed. So if this situation comes, or because of this, if he has to unload the goods in some other destination, and from there it has to be, you have to advise them to either to bring back or to take it or to move it to other destination. These are all additional expenses which is unknown at the beginning. You have to bear the loss. It is a total loss to you. Ultimately, you stand to lose your profit. It is a political risk. Now, coming to exchange transfer delay. Now, it is a common transaction of export. You raise the invoice in dollar or euro in the approved currency. It goes to the buyer's bank. There, the buyer will make the payment in his local currency only. Let us assume if a shipment goes to Nigeria, the buyer will pay in Naira only. He will not have a dollar or some other thing, unless otherwise he has got the facility to open the export account on foreign currency. If that is the case, he should have enough foreign currency in his account. Otherwise, he cannot transfer it. Now, let us assume he is promptly made the payment in Naira in the bank. Now, there are certain countries obtaining economical difficulties. That country is not having enough foreign exchange, say dollar or euro or yen, etc., to enable it to transfer to India equivalent to the Naira. It has got its own currency, but foreign exchange currency it does not have. What will happen? So at the most, what normally the country does is, they will give token number to the transaction, and as soon as the enough currency is available and the number comes, they will transfer it to the your when your turn comes, then the money will get transferred to India. Now, let us assume it will take 6 months time. Now, under the 6 months time, you stand to lose your rotation of the money. You normally, let us assume it is a DP transaction. You expect it today you have made the shipment. After, as per the norms, TP payment should have been received at your counters at SPEDI 25th day. So 25th day he has made the payment, but it is not reaching to you. You have your export cycle that if this payment comes, you will put it and you will procure the goods and make another shipment like that. You will stand to lose the timing as well as the interest and the amount not timely coming. This is called broadly export transfer delay risk. Of late, the most African countries were having this problem. Nowadays also, there are certain countries, those who are having this problem. So in this situation, those 6 months period, your fund has been held up. Is it not the risk? How can you overcome this? So these are all in short way, the political risk. Now coming to the commercial risk, it is affecting DPDA transaction, letter of credit on various days. We will analyze one by one. Now, commercial is LC. Normally, we can hear from the exporting community, "Arey, advance to nahi milta hai. LC transaction safe hai." So for those people, I am challenging on this risk uh, prescriptions. Number one, bankruptcy or insolvency of LC opening bank. In that sense, many countries are allowing the financial institutions also, other than banks, to do banking transaction. It may be run by the private. So in that case, I need not take examples of other countries. Even in our country, because of diversion of funds or siphoning of funds, many banks have been found unfit to continue the banking transaction and declared by RBI not to take any risk, or people will be prevented from doing business with those banks. Subsequently, they take a decision, it will be merged with that, or its assets will get transferred. By ultimately, the if the bank is not in a surviving position, it goes bankrupt. If that happens, who will be responsible for your money? Yes, it is true. LC opening bank has authorized your bankers to, if the documents are prompt, it should get paid. But if that bank itself goes insolvency, whether your LC negotiating bank will make the payment? No, the payment is not realized by them, received by them. How come the situation that they will make the payment? So this is something. Do you think LC is safe? Now, coming to the protected default of the LC opening. Sometimes in the process of siphoning or diversion of the funds, the LC opening bank will not transfer the fund, may not be in a position to transferring the funds to your LC negotiating bank, and ultimately the protected default will lapse. That LC opening bank will get defaulted. So, it is also said that in this default thing, buyer will also play a little role. He will collude with the LC opening bank and see somehow you make it, don't make the payment. So ultimately, the buyer is the main causer to open the LC because the contract is between buyer and the exporter. Then if it is a default, he is also one of the parties to it. Ultimately, you will not receive the payment. Now, coming to the other thing, certain discrepancies. Uniform customs practice is generally followed by all in the world whomsoever prepare the documents for making exports. This contains the systems, regulations to be followed while preparing documents, etc. in the banking for export purpose. It can be LC or otherwise. Mostly in LC, if any disparity in documents, say it can be omission, commission, deletion, or even number of copies, a spelling in words or punctuation will call for a discrepancy. And because of which the LC opening bank may refuse to make the payment immediately. Then once it is intimated to you through your bank that this is kind of discrepancy raised by the LC opening bank, then you have to run pillar to post. You will call your buyer. Buyer will say, "Acha, aisa hai kya?" Then I will go and talk to my bankers. Then after 1 or 2 days, he will say, "Hey, I will convince them to accept or agree for the discrepancy, provided you are ready to give them say $25 per discrepancy. Say, suppose let us assume 4 discrepancy or 6 discrepancy. You have to compensate for accepting those discrepancy about say $25 whatsoever the demand. So that means to that extent your payment will be reduced. Is it not the risk? Okay. Now coming to the conditional LC, which is a reimbursement clause. So whenever LC is opened, please go through that very carefully. And if there is a reimbursement clause, normally in where 3 countries are involved, goods are going to one country and payments is coming from another country, they will say the reimbursement clause, they will put some condition. It may be a in the sense followable condition where it is acceptable. Say they will say once the goods are received, when the buyer says okay, then on his confirmation to receive the goods, the payment will be reimbursed. That kind of condition. Then sometimes it may be dangerous that if enough money is available or a foreign currency is available in the account of the buyer, such kind of things comes, be careful, because if that kind of reimbursement clause is comes, this is called conditional LC, where at the time of the documents reach the LC opening bank, if enough fund is not available, then it will not be reimbursed. It is also considered as a commercial risk on LC transaction. Now please comment that whether LC is a safe transaction. Come on, let us proceed. Now, DP transaction. As I said, under DP transaction, as an exporter, you are the owner of the goods. You can do whatever you want with the goods. Now, once the goods go there, documents are received, the buyer is called upon. He will say he is running a financial problem. He genuinely, he will approach you. Sir, dear, here is the case because I did not receive some funds from my end users. So can you please accept? I will give a part payment, say 50% or 60%, I will make the payment now. And the balance payment, you allow me to change the terms of payment into DA. I will take the goods and use it in the market, sell it in the market, subsequently I will make the payment. The request is also genuine. In the business transaction, ups and downs are there. You can accept for that. But here, his request is change in terms of payment, which is called conversion of the terms from DP to DA. That means for the part payment, he has made it, 50% you have received. The remaining 50%, you are transferring your ownership to his account. That is, goods are taken delivery by him and you are at the risk and at your way to expect when does he make the payment. So this is a kind of thing. Or straight away there is a condition, he repudiates it. He does not want to take the goods. He will say, here, I have received an offer from the China buyer to lesser amount what you have quoted to me and you have raised in your invoice. I don't want it. This can be one case. Or he will simply say, I don't want your goods. He is not disclosing the fact what is what. I don't want your goods. Do whatever you want. Because I have repeatedly telling you, the ownership lies with you. You can do anything. But immediately, the first shock, he is not ready to make the payment. Now, coming to the change in terms of payment. So, you have agreed it. So he has taken delivery of the goods partial, and you are looking upon his face for making the payment when he will make the payment. Or now the situation, goods are reached there, he comes and he says, continuing our example, that Chinese buyer has quoted me lesser value. Now, will you please give me certain discount? I will make the payment and take delivery. Say 25% discount दे दो, मैं delivery ले लेता हूँ, तो payment देता हूँ. Because my order is there. नहीं तो जो करने का आप करो. Then if you are forced, then you have to agree. In that case, your 25% discount will be your loss, partial loss. Otherwise, you have to look for another thing. What are the things you can do it? Because ownership lies with you. So you don't want to lose the entire money. Then you will try to resell it to an alternate buyer, either with or without discount. It can be cash sales or use and stamps. Now, in the same country, you might have made so many exports to so many buyers. So another buyer, you approach him and you can ask him, here is a certain goods I have sent it. Can you please take it? So now if that is the situation, he will say number one, knowingly that the original consignee is someone else and you are offering in the next sale, he will say, हमको डिस्काउंट दे दो तो मैं ले लूंगा because he will say I will not agree for the entire amount. मेरे को ये amount में नहीं चाहिए. Now here again the resale to the alternate buyer, again he is asking for discount. Now that discount also he will say I cannot make the cash sales, DP payment नहीं कर सकता हूँ. I discount दे दो, फिर मैं माल ले लेता हूँ, DA acceptance it, you release the goods to me, pass on the ownership to me, then I will make the payment after 90 days. What you will do? You are forced. No other alternative. Oh, alternate buyer. Now, the alternate buyer is not available in that country. The neighboring country, your some other close buyer is there, he is making promptly payment, you want to offer him, he will say, okay, for you, I don't want to make lose it, but same condition, he will say, I will also make use on stamps payment and give me discount. Now here, two patterns, the discount you have to lose and use and stamp to that extent of time you are losing the money, and he will say that goods should reach my destination. In that case, from that port where it has been originally unloaded, you have to make arrangement for loading it and to send it to his alternate destination. This is additional charge to you, which you have not computed at the time of making agreement with him. Now, the alternate buyer chapter is over. You are not getting locally or even in the neighbor countries. What you will do? What is the other option? Is you have chup chap apna goods wapas leke aao. That is, bring back the goods or re-import the goods to India at your own cost. That is, whatever cost you have incurred to send the shipment to the destination, total value you have to incur, and again you have to bring back the goods. Okay, you are taking it. To that extent, you are taking the loss at your cost. Now, if it is received in your India, if you can sell it in the locally, whether it will fetch to that extent the value, no. The cost factor is involved. I will give you an example in that at the end of this. Now, in this period, you are negotiating with the buyer for discount, looking for sale to alternate buyer or to bring back the goods, costing and all. By the time you will make the safeguard the goods in a government or the a good warehouse where the rental charges and demurrage charges are reasonably charged. And one fine morning you will receive the email, this much of change, warehouse charges and rental charges have been received. Please pay the payment, then only we will release the goods, which you did not anticipate at the beginning. So this is one more additional charge to your cost or your loss. You have to increase it and pay it. live goods may have loss. Suppose if you are sending chemicals or agro products, although there are enough facility available for packing it and send it intact, the life of the goods will not last forever. There, if it leads to losing its life, then nothing can be done. The total loss you have to forego. Even if you bring it, it will not fetch you. It is just like a scrap or scrap. At least will fetch you some element of amount. But this chemical number, which is beyond this, you cannot do it. There is another hitch in it: actioning of goods by customs or authority. There are certain country regulations which say if the goods have not been delivered or taken back by the original consignor within the say number of days, the port authorities will simply send notice and auction it at its own. So by the time if you lose those number of days, it will automatically will get actioned. The total loss. Again, they will send you the invoice for keeping the goods that number of days of time. They will claim from you. This is additional cost. Now, going back, the live goods may last, or sometimes if the cost, the warehouse charges, rental charges, demurrage charges will increase in such a way, it may sometimes cross the original invoice value itself. Nobody will advise to bring back the goods or seeking alternative choices when the amount to be paid for releasing of the goods crosses the original invoice value. There finally you have to let loose the cargo, which is called abandonment. That is total loss. Okay, now that means पैसा भी गया, order भी गया, आपको procurement गया, your dream or costing, everything has gone in the wind. Okay, I will say gone into the water. Okay, now coming back to one situation, I say this local sales may not case. See, there were one incident where weight seeing machine, you would have seen when the coin is put inside, it will come out the weight, that card will indicate the weight, and some good weights or lucky weights it will come with that. It was, we have seen in the old thing, nowadays it is available or not, don't think in the big malls or something it happens. Once it happens, I didn't remember the country, let us for assuming Nigeria, it has gone. So the buyer, because of certain problems he faced, he could not take delivery of the goods, and the exporter is not in a position to find an alternate buyer. So he has to bring back the goods. That was the choice available to him. When he was advised to that, he explained that, sir, if I bring back the goods, then it will have the scrap value or it is lesser than that, because if I want to ship it to another country, or if I want to use it in India, the internal mechanism has to be changed in such a way that that machine will accept that particular country's coin. Say, if it is in India, our coin, that silver coin or the whatsoever, 10 rupee coin whatsoever, or if it is to the say England or something, their country, penny, pound, sterling, whatsoever. So that will cost more than what the product charge. Then finally, what is the use in that? So this kind of situation is also lead to abandonment. Let loose the cargo, total loss. Please remember. Now coming to the another area of commercial risk, which are documents against acceptance and open delivery. Now please remember, already the goods have been taken delivery by the buyer. You have parted your ownership of the goods to him. Now you are looking upon the payment from making by him. पैसा ले लिया, sorry, माल ले लिया, पैसा मैं जब ही देगा जब ही लेना, वो situation है here. Now first thing is part realization. Now he has used that goods, he is selling it, he is receiving the payment from his end users. This is ultimate buyers. So he will say, say you raised invoice on DA 90 days, by 80th day or before that, 2 months रहने के बाद, you will send email, how are you? I hope your business is going on well, etc. He will also happily say, by 80th or 90th day, immediately their banker will knock his doors for making payment. By that time, you will also reminding him, tomorrow is the due date. I hope you will be able to make the payment, etc. He will immediately send a reply saying that I am not getting my dues from my end users, so I may not be in a position to make you the full payment. Will you accept now certain percentage? Say 40% I will make it. For the remaining things, please extend the terms of payment. That is, extension in longer terms of payment, that is due date. In spite of 90th day, give me another 3 months time, 90th day, I will make the payment. That is 180th day, the balance payment will be paid by me. Can you please accept that? You have to, because forcibly you cannot have the choice. माल तो ले लिया, अभी पैसा लेने का है ना, चलो ठीक है, जाने दो बाबा, तुम अभी दे दो 40%, the balance I will honor it. You please honor it after say 3 months time. You are forced, but in your calculation, perhaps you might have calculated the interest rate for 90 days only, even or even lesser than that. So you stand to lose certain days. Even after that, whether he will make the payment, no, God knows. Again, that will be ending to protracted default. He will make even extension, say part realization or part payment, or even for full payment, he can ask, now the situation is proper, please give me another 3 months time, I will make the full payment. So it can be a total amount extension for the entire value. Then he will say another 3 months, like that, drag. Finally, he will say he protect the part. अभी मेरे पास पैसा नहीं, मैं payment नहीं दे सकता. So total payment, extending the date, and finally protracted default. The entire money is lost. Now, I will quote another example. Delivery is taken OD but terms on DP. That is, as I said, nowadays people wants everything in quicker mode. So the buyer wants the goods should reach him very quickly. So he will advise you, send it by air cargo, you send it. Okay, let us assume the terms of payment is document second payment. That is, the buyer is supposed to make the payment and take delivery of the goods. Now you prepare it, airway bill is prepared, and you remember airway bill is a not negotiable instrument. It is non-negotiable instrument. Anything holder can be claim anything. Now airway bill goes, and along with that, one copy you have submitted to your banker. Bankers will take 1 or 2 days time to check it, and what are the formalities they have to do at their counters before they have it sent through courier and other services to the LC, the overseas bank, your buyer's bank. By that time, the air cargo which takes it will reach the destination. So as soon as you have made it, airway bill you copy, you might have sent it to the buyer. He will immediately go to the air cargo authorities over there, prove his identity, and take delivery of the goods. Now, what is the terms of payment? He has to make the payment and take delivery. And in this case, he is able to take the delivery of the goods, and payment is held up at the counters. Now, although originally the bill, this thing, terms of DP, he is managing to take delivery of the. So always it is advisable to consign it to the bankers. So unless otherwise bank gives authority, he will not be in a position to take delivery of the goods. Probably in this case, it may take a little bit demurrage charges or the rental charges, where the warehouses will be little bit higher compared to COs. Okay. Now, always obtain proof of taking delivery and confirmation from the buyer through mail and correspondence. Once the goods are taken, delivered, although there is a bill of exchange is taken by the bank, please enter into correspondence through email or something and get his confirmation that he has already cleared the goods. It will be a sufficient and proof document for you to carry out further proceedings. Now, he has taken delivery of the goods, he is utilizing it, he might have even sold it to the end users. Now, on the due date, he will say, smally, quality dispute. आपने जो मेरे को भेजा है वो माल मैंने जो दिया है वो क्वालिटी बेसिस पे नहीं है. I was not in a position to sell the goods in the market, or in the market it is being sold with a lesser price. So quality dispute. So you have to compensate me. How you will monitor? Because quality dispute he has utterly utilized. You are at the mercy of him. अभी क्या करेंगे इधर बैठ के क्वालिटी डिस्प्यूट के लिए? That is why always it is better before making the shipment, if he is talking about quality in the contract, say either you employ a organization here in India to whom I will check it up and get the quality certificate issued by him, or you have to accept my quality certificate for that fact. Then if it is agreed, you record it in the contract. So a quality certificate issued by the exporter itself is sufficient and okay for him. Otherwise, every possibility is there he will raise a quality dispute. Once he raises, you will be at soup. It may be for total loss also finally. Mal bhi gaya, paisa bhi gaya. Everything will get over. Now, this extension longer times we have seen. Finally, extending it may also lead protected default total loss. My payment nahi karunga tum chao. Correct. Okay. Another aspect, by doing this, because he has already utilized the goods, consumed the goods, he will say, मेरे पास अभी बहुत प्रॉब्लम है, आपको मैं पेमेंट मना नहीं करता हूं, but give me some discount. I want some discount. Say 40% डिस्काउंट करो, क्योंकि मेरा बाजू में जो दुकानदार है वो चाइनीज से माल लिया है तो उसको बहुत अच्छा प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है, उसका कुछ कम भाव में दिया, आपका प्राइस ज्यादा है, फिर भी मैं आई डोंट वांट टू चीट यू, बट यू गिव मी सम डिस्काउंट, से 30% डिस्काउंट, बैलेंस पेमेंट आई विल पे इट. Even that remaining payment he will say immediately मैं 50% देता हूँ यार, 40% देता हूँ, that is 40% or 50% I will give, balance I will give this afterwards. So you have again discount loss and extending the term, so you are meeting further losses. Or if he is in a really in a economic, that means financial crisis, he will come say, I will offer this total amount. It is an indirect way of a discount transaction. He will say, मेरे पास इतना ही पैसा है, total आपका इतना invoice 100% का सामने, I will make you 70% of the payment as full and final settlement, which is called distress settlement. He is not in a position to make the entire payment. Now you are at the mercy of him. जो जितना आता है उतना ले लो, अभी क्या करेगा? There is no other go ना. You cannot insist. ओ insist करेगा तो ये भी नहीं देगा, चलो मैं पूरा पैसा आने के बाद आपका पेमेंट देगा, आप एक्सटेंशन करते रहना. So you are at the mercy. Now the distress settlement is the final settlement with total loss, which you did not anticipate at the time of costing it while entering into agreement with him. The thing is, another one is called insolvency. कया वो काम से? He has declared, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं, I can be declared as insolvency. So total loss. पैसा भी गया, ये गया, वो गया, casting गया, माल भी गया. You are at the mercy. What I say is commercial is in DA transaction. There is, I want to introduce on merchant trade. That is, merchant trade is for the Indian exporter. Suppose if a particular purchasing price of a good which is being thinking of export is higher, but at the same time it is available in some other country at a cheaper rate, say let us China. So you are entering an agreement with China that this much of goods you have to send it directly to this buyer in USA, and you can take money from me like that. So where the goods is not touching the Indian territory, but at the instruction of the Indian exporter, if it is exported to a third country, and the payment will be received from the third country to Indian exporter, that Indian exporter for which has already paid to the Chinese buyer or the Sri Lankan buyer. This is called merchant trade. But although the merchant trade, it will also come across with all these rays. तो मर्चेंट ट्रेड भी इजी ट्रेड नहीं है बिकॉज आपका पेमेंट दे चुका होगा चाइनीज वाले को then you are expecting from the buyer from the overseas. Now, insolvency risk I want to bring to your kind of notice is particularly USA. We are all proud that our number one countries for the transaction, the USA is the most our exporting country, number one. But at the same time, commercial risk, what all we have been seeing in these things is happening there only. The most percentage of commercial is also occurring in USA only. There, the Insolvency Act gives two provisions. That is called Chapter 11. This is equivalent to our Indian normal bankruptcy, where after he will declare himself or he will surrender to the registrar that I am no more in the business. I do not have enough funds to pay back my debtors, so I can be declared as bankrupt. Then a liquidator or the trustee will take over that and he will perform. He will sell all his assets are available, this thing, and proceeds will be distributed to his creditors as per the proportion of availability of the amount which he is receiving. This is a normal insolvency act which is available all over the world. This is called Chapter 11. The Chapter 11, which is an injectable poison, is there. It is a unique procedure. Yes, in our country also it is pertaining that if an exporter goes undergoes financial difficulty, he can go and request the banker for restructuring his debt. So the bank will approve it. Then taking it, the original cost will kept aside, and the further loan will be given. A cutback will be taken from every transaction. But here there is a difference. The party can replan its restructuring. He will find out some financiers. He will go and tell to the registrar, see, in the old business, I am not in a position to pay back my debtors. I am here getting some financial help from these people. Please permit me to make a new business. I will do it because for a livelihood, it is permitted under Chapter 11 by the USA government. So in this case, there is a clause. He need not pay any amounts prior to filing, but can do operations as usual. That means if he desires, if he gains profit, he can pay back the old dues with the old company, or he can simply forget and lead his life by opening a new company. So particularly this insolvency is dangerous. Okay, but in USA, I want to bring to your kind notice. Now, there are certain other area of risk where it is not considered to be risk, credit risk. If there is a non-fulfillment of contractual obligations by the exporter or the buyer between their contract, or if any quality dispute which is not proved in favor of exporter, it is not a credit risk. So it is on your own way. Or if you have agreed through an agent is supposed to make the payment, but original transaction between exporter and buyer, whatever agent's failure cannot be covered. It is your loss. Or that is what a failure to buyer to obtain necessary approvals for imports at the time of the beginning. Please ensure that he is having all the validity of license to import your goods. or take adequate steps for safeguard and packing, etc. Nowadays, every facility, enough facilities are available. Please make sure pelletization or chalking of the goods, whatsoever the terms they call it, and freezer, everything arrange it so that you will not be get into the loss of goods which are inherent in nature. Then exchange fluctuation is which are due to the downgrading or inflation occurring due to this dollar or other foreign currency rate. There are arrangements you can do with the bankers. Probably that ICICI bank person would have taught you like that. Now, if the total loss is for the goods, as I have explained to you, don't forget to take marine insurance, which is a compulsory you will automatically have. Now, dear friends, these are all the various risks we have been seeing. Will you think that you can take daring and to make the exports and adding to your valuable contribution in the foreign currency? Don't worry, sir. Here somebody says, you focus on exports, we cover the risk. You have to rest. You have to do the exports, that they will take this way. Who is he? They may be financial credit insurers. There are private and government players. But I will introduce you here the ECGC, which is called a government institute, government issues. All risks are covered. What are all the things we have been explaining and discussing will automatically get covered. Rest assured, आप simply export करो, you focus on exports, they cover the risk. If you want, there are private players also, IFCO Tokyo, this ICICI Lombard, SBA General Insurance at all. But this is the government of India concern, so their charges of premium and the formalities will be very minimal. So you can rest assured. Now, I will explain a few words about this ECGC. It is established in 1957, 63 years of their existence in the field, and they have got authorized capital of 5,000 crores, paid up capital 1,500 crores. They are accredited with triple A with IA by ICRA, and as usual, they are compulsorily registered with IRDA. Now, what are all the cover available to you? In a nutshell, I can tell you, these are all the varied product available with them as an exporter. You can go for, normally it is advised the standard policy, all the risk will get covered. It is issued for 1 year basis. What are all the shipments you do in a year will stand covered for this standard policy. Then there are variety. If your turnover is fitting into the small exporters definition, you can go for that policy, or even you can go for specific shipment, only one shipment or only one particular buyer, or yes, turnover basis. Suppose if you are a big exporter, star exporter, or two-star exporter and all, you have got some turnover, you can go for a turnover policy. So risk will cover all the remaining same. But it is a variety of this thing based on your taste or based on your requirement. They have this number of products. If you are a IT related exporter, there are 3 types of policies are available: software product, IT enabled, etc. Or if, as per the new definition, if you are coming under the MSME exporters, you can go for SME policy. Or if you are an established export house and having 2-3 sister concerns, you can go for a simple policy, which is called a customer specific policy. Based on your requirement, fixing their turnover, etc. They call it tailor-made group of companies policy. They will issue. Take it and enjoy it. And what are the benefits if you take this policy? One can ask, अभी my policy आप लेने को बोल रहे हैं, what are the benefits? One and foremost is it is an insurance protection against your payment risk, and it is a risk mitigation. And what are all I have explained to you, that the LC discrepancy, this firm only covering this LC discrepancy factor. I don't think any private export insurer are doing this, to my best of knowledge, that we have to cross check with them. And they are able to guide you the export related activities and data country profile with credit rating. This they are giving. Although these details you can be heard from your export promotion councils or the export boards or agencies. But in addition, they are also giving these are their activities. Most that's the important thing is you will be informed about the credit worthiness of the overseas buyer well in advance. Let us assume that you have taken a policy from them, then will give you a password, and through their website, you can suppose a new buyer you are entering into a contract with USA. Immediately you can check up with his data. Then that system will provoke you that whether that buyer has already defaulted to somebody else or if he is a new one, like that. See, if there is no default, no information found on him, at least to 50% you are safe that he is a good buyer. If his name is appearing, it is a caution. Don't do any transaction with him because he might have in the world defaulted to someone or else on his firm. This indication also, I don't think any other private insurers will be in a position to give. And normally the premium reads, these people have got a matrix, the terms of payment and the country wise. But the private insurance will quote it. They will discuss with you what are all your turnover, and finally they will say this much of premium we will take cover. And this is hassle-free expansion on business. एक बार you have covered by taking policy, rest assured simply export करते रहना, जो कुछ risk है वो लोग manage करेंगे. Hassle free expansion. Easy finance facility from banks for working capital. That is, this is a security for bank finance. Suppose if you go and ask for banking finance, normally they ask how much property you have. Those has to be mortgaged to us. How much LIC for Z for which surrender value is there. You give some collateral security. So many securities they will ask. But if you are telling them that I have taken a protection policy, that is credit insurance policy, then they will come down. Even sometimes they will forego the asking you the collateral security. They simply passing working capital because the exporting, the lending money to exporter is the priority sector by the bankers. Now, let us assume that you have got the exporter and subsequently it resulted into claim and you have got the claim from the insurers. Then there is every quarterly or every monthly, the bankers will send a list to the RBA, those who have not received payment as per GR1 obligation. Then if you are not paying their interest and all and the payment is on, your name will be placed in their non-performing assets list, which is called NPA list. If otherwise, if you take the credit risk insurance policy and you get the claim from them, that is equivalent to payment received. Your name or your firm name will not be placed under NPA list. And finally, you need not block your own funds. You need not आपका खुद का पैसा खर्चा करके export करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Because our Indian government is providing you with this facility, taking loan by either by procuring goods or for subsequently making shipment. You can take funds from the banking channel and your own funds cannot. These are all the various benefits you will derive by taking the policy. And first and foremost, I will repeatedly say a risk mitigation. By here, I stop my the delivering the issues. Now I will open the session for asking questions. I will ready to answer now.
Yes, you can raise your hand.
Sir, I want to ask one question. Under ECGC, all kind of insurance is covered, like marine insurance, then payment risk insurance, everything is covered under
only credit risk. In the sense, goods insurance you have to go for marine insurance. So many I have told you, some private players are there, government players are there. You have to take from them only. This is only for payment risk.
Payment risk.
Payment risk.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Ramesh.
Yeah.
My question is, how to get in touch with ECGC, sir? Is there any regional officers, or we have to do it online?
Sir,
Or nodal
mostly,
officers are there?
yeah, I will tell you. In their website, you will get the addresses and details
Find your location. There is a
the
tab.
various offices.
Find
Mostly
your
every state has minimum one offices. You can search for the nearest branch and you can go there, or you can contact them, or you can send mail to them.
Understood, sir. And how much would be the charges, sir? Any rough estimate? Is it possible to give?
Normally, at the time of taking policy, you have to make a deposit of minimum 10,000 rupees, which will be kept in a deposit. As soon as the shipments are made, you have to declare it, and the premium will be get deducted from the deposit policy. So initially, you may have to make 10,000 rupees.
Okay, sir. How much? It is a percentage on the transaction value?
See, their metrics goes like that. They have categorized all the countries into 7 groups: A1, A2, B1, B2, etc. up to D, based on the risk perception. If suppose let us assume A1 country, if you make LC site is the lowest category for this transaction. DA 360 days or 180 days is the maximum. So it varies between 5 paise and 2.95 paise per 100 rupees. If your gross invoice value is 100 rupees, you may have to shell out some 5 paise for lowest premium. Highest premium 2.95 paise.
2.9%. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So it varies between based on your country and all. If you ask them, they will readily tell you the how much amount will be there.
Fine, sir. Understood. Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one more question.
So, sir,
Please.
Yeah. Sir, for a new exporter, how can one identify that the LC is genuine or not, sir?
LC is genuine or not, your bankers will be better person to in this, because they have got some SWIFT code and identity code process. They will say that this is the bank, you can go ahead like that. And for that, they will also have
Yes,
particular
means
bankers almanac, which will display almost all banks in the world with their rating and all. You need not buy that. They will verify. Mostly they will be having with them, and they will verify that and confirm it.
so
okay, so because we go to the bank at the time of discounting, sir.
No. See, once LC is received, they will intimate to you, na? Your banker, through your banker, or your own banker, maybe the negotiating bank.
Yes,
they will intimate you. At that time, you can discuss.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ramchandra, 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll give chance one by one. We'll go with this order. Mr. Ramchandra.
Yes, sir. So I would like to know, in regard to Bangladesh, we need to export. I mean, we are working on an offer. We are quoting for that. It's around, say, 6 crores.
Oh, what's it?
It's an industrial supply. How to be in regard to this? I mean, because it is a risk country. Other things. So just if you can guide me on 2-3 points, it would be good.
See, first of all, what is the terms of payment you have entered into with him?
We have asked for 50% advance, and rest is letter of credit.
Credit, DA terms.
Letter of
what
credit.
I would advise you is, first, have you availed that credit insurance policy with any other insurer company or ECGC?
No. For this
so I would advise you to go in and take the policy. So immediately you can check up the background of the buyer also, and immediately you can apply. They have got the system to approve the transaction limit also. Immediately put an application. So they will be in a position to judge how much amount he is creditworthiness enough. By that time, you take the things, even if it is an, as you are saying that it is a negotiation stage, it is a proper stage now. And I think you can go ahead with that. If they are able to cover you for a DA transaction, then you can go ahead.
Okay. And any specific bank because of the risk of the country? Any
bank in the sense, are you going to make LC transaction?
Yes.
Then if it is there, that you find out from your what I mean to say is from your buyer through which bank he is going to open the LC. Immediately you approach your own bank and take the advice from them, because they may be having that. I believe that bankers almanac or some certain codes, sweet code and all. They will, if they are having enough experience from the same Bangladesh bank, they will be in a position to advise you in that regard.
Okay, last sir. Now, in order to supply this,
Even in this case, that LC bank, about LC bank also, they will reveal that ECGC portal will reveal once you become the their policy holder.
now
Right, sir. You can consult the local branches, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Ramchandra.
Okay.
You can consult local branch and your banker also simultaneously. So
Exactly.
Okay, next Naveen.
Sir, if we abandon our goods, can we claim the insurance or the credit policy?
Very much. Very much.
But the goods are
But
abandoned.
the thing is, what happened? No, see, there are certain procedures. So when the original buyer does not take the delivery of the goods, you have to immediately intimate that insurer. See, this is what happening. I am further trying for to sell it to alternate buyer and all, which I will keep you informed. So, as an insurer, they will be alerted by your words that you are moving with another direction. They will also advise you, guide you, you do like this, you do like this. You may take into consideration whether that is possible or not. Finally, if nothing goes, you have to make a proof that because of this reason it has got abandoned. See, abandoned means a total loss. Even you have to tell RBI why you have to abandon it. Went to a total loss. So sufficient reason or cause has to be established by you.
So we can get the insurance and the credit policy either.
Yeah. See, this is the one of the risks which will get covered automatically if you are taking the policy.
Yes, thank you.
But there are certain this thing.
Usha Suresh.
Sir, this insurance amount we should add in the quotation.
What?
That's for your safety.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, this insurance policy amount we should add in our quotation.
Yeah, take it. Yes.
But we have to inform the customer also. So we are adding.
See, the cost factor, I don't think it is an intelligent exporter or advisable to share with your.
Okay.
Why do you say that? Okay, if you are not paying, I'm insuring. This is
no. It's correct, sir. We have to explain.
No, don't reveal it. But at the same time, take into account also in your profit costing. You please take it.
Yeah. Suppose you are getting a 10% profit. 1% you are spending for the insurance. You don't not to disclose.
Yes, sir. Don't disclose.
Madhusudan.
Cost factor at any cost, don't disclose to your buyer.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Madhusudan.
I heard this ECGC charges are very high. These ECGC charges are very high. We don't save anything if we go for ECGC.
Whose experience, sir?
My cousin, they are exporting. They told me.
Did they go for any private insurers?
That I'm not aware.
They said, private insurers?
Once I inquired with them about ECGC, they said the charges are high. If we do the ECGC.
Sir, everything should have got the proof. Okay. I will ask you a question, whether they have enough experience with private buyers who have quoted lesser than ECGC premium for any transaction?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Find out from them, sir.
ECGC is lowest normally.
Yeah, I would say that, sir. I will vouch for that.
What is the percentage of charge of this ECGC?
I have told you, na, sir. 5 paise for a minimum transaction for 100 rupees GIV. And maximum will be 2.95 paise per 100 rupees maximum.
Lower the
short-term transaction.
If they see lower the risk, premium will be less. If the highest risk, higher premium.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like that. Fayaz?
So you mentioned 2.95 paise per 100 rupees, right? I had a question. I had two questions actually. The first question is, you said that there was a blanket insurance for 1 year. How much does that cost? Not transaction based.
Blanket insurance means?
Your 1 year, you said you will for 1 year.
This policy will be issued for 1 year, where you will make 10,000 rupees as a deposit. Fine.
Okay.
Then you make the shipment. Say for USA on LC transaction, you made the shipment. So there is a procedure that you have to declare that shipment to them. Then premium has to be paid for that. Say 5 paise. You have made for 1 crore of rupees transaction for USA. So that for 5 paise per 100 rupees, you have to calculate and make the payment to them. Then that amount, premium applicable for that particular transaction, you can advise them, take from my deposit amount, it will be taken. To that extent, that 10,000 deposit will stand reduced. So once the premium is adjusted, it will get covered.
So every time we do a transaction, we'll have to take the policy.
No, not necessary. They have got a system. It can be monthly basis or quarterly basis. You have to declare the shipment.
Okay, sir. One more question I had was, you mentioned one instance where if you send the buyer the copy of the bills, he could go and collect it and
the airway bill.
He could collect it before paying you. So
yes,
how do you
DP transaction? So the advice would be like that. See, the transaction that insurers will ask when you go for the buyer-wise separate limit, maximum limit, they will say your DP transaction or you want cover for DA transaction. So always go for DA transaction. So in this case, if he has taken delivery of the goods, if you are having DA limit on his camp, it will get automatically covered.
Okay. Mr. Tyagi?
Yeah, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please.
So, sir, in a nutshell, it means like if my goods are delivered to my buyer and if I have taken the policy, I'm 100% safe.
Yes.
With my,
doubt.
my money. No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Ankit? Mr. Ankit?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, in case of LC, we need these shipping bill, landing bill, insurance documents to be submitted through the bank.
Yeah, every documents what are all mentioned in the LC, you have to give them.
So suppose all these documents we will get only after the goods are loaded into the ship. So,
yes.
After that, if the process of LC is interrupted, suppose the issuing bank does not approve the documents or the buyer says, I don't want to go with the LC or anything of that sort can happen?
See, normally LC is advised to you. Originally, you and buyer will agree that this transaction will be taken care of by the LC. Okay? Then the LC opening will open the LC. Now you make the shipment. There will be date of opening, date of making shipment, date of negotiation. So before that date, you have to complete it and hand out the documents at the counters of the bank. Once it is done, the buyer cannot interfere in that. It is the bank's responsibility to honor it.
Okay. So before handling all these documents, there is a mutual agreement between the buyer and the seller through the bank.
You don't want to do any shipment. Or he cancels it or revokes it. What? Can you please explain that, sir?
Sir, I mean, buyer has approved for the order, and then first we have to make the all the goods loaded on the ship. Then we get all the documents. Then we give these documents, and then the LC process will start.
Yes.
So in that meantime, if the buyer says, I don't want the LC to be, I mean, if any case happens, if the issuing bank does not approve the documents, if that case happens, then what risk?
Issuing banks does not bank the approvals. How does because situation is not correlating what you are selling.
These are hypothetical questions that won't happen. Don't worry.
Okay. And also suppose, if LC thing has happened, if the shipment has been landed to their port, and after that he does not approve of the container, then what support we have from the ECGC?
See, what I mean to say is LC transaction, the payment responsibility lies with the LC opening bank vis-a-vis LC negotiating bank.
Okay.
What does it say? Once the documents are in order, yes, brought out in the LC, it has to honor it. No question whether you send the goods or whether it reached the destination, whether he has taken delivery, nothing.
Okay. And
You
mostly
get the
it
money
should,
back. Okay.
if it is on site, then there is no risk only. Only
That is,
insurance. LC on site, if it is there, then there is no risk.
Insurance
On
also responsibility is with the bank only.
Okay.
Okay, Shivakant. Abhijit.
Yes, sir. Vijit here. In short, can we say there will be two insurance regarding insurances? There will be two requirements.
Correct.
One is marine cargo, which is related to transport of the material, which will be part of the document we have to share as part of the LC document. The other will be which will be liaising with us as our as the capital insurance on the monies that we.
Yes, money. Yes.
So, sir, the second question will be just like yourself has given a range for 100 rupees, 5 paisa to 2.9 paisa, depending upon the risks. Is there any such such thing you can give idea about the marine cargo insurance, the range?
Marine, you can inquire with them, sir.
Okay.
No just problem. Because nowadays all this thing is, I have told you now, all the tariff has been pre-planned and approved by IRDA, except that I don't know that hull and pseudo, that is a D tariff. Otherwise, every transaction they will give, and more or less they will be comparable, I believe.
Okay, Mr. Sampath.
Hello, sir. I have two questions here.
Yeah.
So what is the timeline? So there is a problem. We are claiming for the insurance. Okay. So what is the timeline that we will get money back, sir?
See, normally, as an insurer, they have 4 months waiting period after the due date.
Okay, sir.
So once due date is there, what are all the other things possible to recover the money? The exporter has to make attempts one by one, either on his own by intimating the insurer or at the advice of the insurer. And if still it is not receivable, then by the end of 4th month, they will settle the claim by obtaining the documents. Okay, if in case of insolvency declared, within a month's time, you can claim it and get the claim.
Okay, so I have one more question, sir. So if we are choosing on buyer, right, the insurance company will also consider the buyer, right, whether this is the valid buyer. So they will not look at the buyers at any time, any cost.
I'm not following, because see what happens at the initial when you are entering into contact, so you can see his validity by if you are taking ECGC policy, their name is appearing in the default list. When it is not there, you can go ahead and subsequently you can put an application to the ECGC. Sir, here is a buyer. I propose to make the shipment on DA terms. My turnover to him for this year may be for say to initially for 50 lakhs or something. You give me an approval. Just put an application. So you will receive the approval. That he is credit worthy for your demand of 50 lakhs and all. Once it is given, it is a green signal.
Okay, thank you. So in that case, we will confirm the buyer is a valid buyer or not. 50% to
yes,
we can confirm that. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, do ECGC cover overseas?
I believe. 1 minute. Lot of disturbance is coming, Shivakant.
Now am I audible, sir?
No, nothing clear.
Some problem is there, sir.
Remove that jack and other things. Talk freely.
Hello. Now I'm audible, sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, do ECGC cover only overseas only?
Again, some problem is coming, sir. The mic is something.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I have a client from the Hyderabad, and he gave me the order for approx 10 lakh. And
I don't know how to proceed with the payment, sir. So do ECGC cover
Hyderabad
nationals
means where
also?
from Pakistan Hyderabad or local Hyderabad?
No, sir. Local Hyderabad, sir.
Huh?
Local Hyderabad, sir.
Local Hyderabad, why it is export policy. So it is a local, na?
We are talking about export, not local.
Okay, sir.
Related to the export, other country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, anyone?
So one question from my side.
Yeah, Mr. Ramesh.
Yeah, so in my work experience, we have seen that while we went for a private insurance for a party in Bhutan, we asked for the financials of that party for giving credit. So when we are opting for an ECGC insurance or ECGC coverage, do we need to get some documents from the buyer, sir?
Regarding?
About their financials or about their
You
turnover?
need not obtain financials. The basic things, say, suppose in Pakistan or by Bangladesh countries, they will have some code, NTN code or PTN code, something like this there. That kind of number you have to have your formal things that who are their bankers, in which bank they are holding the account, what is his address, exact registered office address, contact person's name, email address. These are all the basic things one should know. That you have to obtain and give them. That's all. Financials, everything,
Fine.
it is their lookout. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, for maximum, you pointed out at one point of time, we have to check
Hello?
if we are. Hello, this is Mayank here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mayank, tell.
Okay, sir, at one point of time in the discussion, you said that we have to check about the import licenses of the buyer as well, because as far as I understand, 99% of us don't consider this to be asking from the buyer about their import licenses. So is there any way, or even if we ask, they provide something, which how can we ascertain that those licenses are genuine or fulfill the requirement? Because is there any way we can get guidance from the government agencies or from our respective councils that these are the respective licenses based to which our export licenses?
See, normally, they are supposed to hold the licenses for importing the goods and all. These things rarely happens, particularly this thing. If he is cheating it, that then you have to take a call on that in the thing. If you are a DP shipment to, if he is a first experience, go for DP shipments, let him make the payment and this thing. By that time, if he is not allowed, you will come to know there are alternative choices available to you to immediately do it.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Sir,
Thank
I
you
have
so
a
much for your
question.
valuable session.
Yeah,
Sir, I
thank
have a
you.
question.
Tell me, please.
Sir, all these things, I mean, of course, these things may work out in a longer time frame, but let's say if we are dealing with perishable products, which are air-coated and which within couple of days whole transaction gets completed, and also shelf life of the products are very minimal. In this, how this whole insurance stuff and everything works, sir. When the total transaction and of course the shelf life of the product is very minimal, let's say within a week or so. So how this whole transaction in terms of bringing in the insurance company and having all these things are planned out? Are there any best practices on that dimension?
See, the thing is, it again how you have make the provision for packing, etc. and all. So those things normally has to reach on DA, I mean by air only. So you have to take sufficient cover for that. DA transaction cover from the insurers, so that he can take delivery of the goods and subsequently make the payment. Or if it is a first or time and all, you can negotiate it based on your this thing for advance payment or something. 50% advance payment, 50% 30 days. That kind of things can be negotiated.
Okay.
Because in this perishable, no LC will work.
Yeah, no LC will work.
Yeah.
Remember.
So you have to go on TR.
That's why I was a little confused about how this whole thing works, sir.
Okay.
And
so
particularly, you have to look for, because if you are doing it on DA transaction, you will raise subsequently quality dispute. That make sure that what is the arrangement you do with him for controlling the quality dispute activity.
Right, sir. Right.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much on behalf of me and on behalf of participants.
Okay, let me complete my this thing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe that you all would have enjoyed the session and received necessary inputs for undertaking export business. Thanks for your patient hearing. My sincere thanks also are due to Rao Garu for extending this opportunity. With this note, I conclude. As an exporter, you can climb up in the export business by getting suitable insurance protections. Wish you all Merry Xmas and Happy New Year without COVID's fear. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So sweet, sir.
Good
So
night,
sweet.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Even our professor has not talked like this, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
bye.
Okay, friends. Now officially it is closed. Session is closed. If anybody having any doubts to talk to me, they can stay back.
Okay, sir. Good night, sir.
One simple question, sir.
Sir, we can take leave, sir.
Okay,
Customer
okay, fine.
care, thank you very much for your
Thank you.
time.
Okay.
You have already
Okay,
respected the time.
okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Now, anybody want to talk to me, they can stay back.
So, one simple question I have. Now, sitting in Bangalore, how do we choose which port to route it through? Like you have multiple options, right? So how do we choose that? And what criteria is it that we use to choose a port?
Port you have in Whitefield, na? You choose only the official route. Either from Bangalore, you have the ICD. Everything has to be routed through ICD only. Or if you want to send it to Chennai by your own, you can send it to Chennai. You can use Chennai or Krishnapatnam. Or if you want to send it to other ports, that is your choice.
Okay, my question is, what is the criteria for choosing a port?
Choosing a port is also depends on your buyer demand. Buyer says, okay, I want the shipment at Chennai. Give me your Chennai rate. So in that case, for giving Chennai, whether are you handing over shipment in Bangalore White Fort or you are sending by truck to Chennai by truck.
Okay.
That you have to choose, because choosing this Whitefield, that will minimize your charge.
Okay.
Rather than hiring a truck and sending it.
Sir, sorry. Sir, what is a white field?
Whitefield means area. Because it's Bangalore, I'm telling about the area where it is.
It's an area in Bangalore.
Area
Okay.
in Bangalore.
Sorry.
Like in
I thought it's a process. Okay.
Sir, how should we go for the advance payment? Like which product?
What is your product?
No, sir. I have not selected the product yet. But
once you select the product, and talk to me. Because it all depends. Without having a product, we are talking about the payment.
No. You told me like you have to choose that kind of product that can give you advance payment.
That is
so
correct.
I'm just taking the kind of knowledge which product I should go for.
If something is special your product, then definitely they will give. Suppose somebody everything is selling aloo, you are also selling aloo, nobody will give the advance. They can give you depending on how Sunil can influence the buyer.
Right, I got it, sir.
It all depends on
So
your
we
situation.
So we have got to know today about all types of insurances and their factors as well. But do we have something real challenges while claiming with the insurance, or maybe something that we should not make any mistake while taking the insurance for our transactions?
See, nothing. Only thing is first to ensure that whether buyer is safe or not. Okay. Before taking a first step, go to the ECGC, show the buyer name. If they are issuing insurance, means that they will be taking their own precaution. If it is already blacklisted, they will not issue the policy. No? There itself, your 50% risk is mitigated. If something goes wrong, only the one precaution I can tell you. Once you are insured, you cannot make your own decision of sending a paper. I will tell you one challenge. The people who want to drive you into wrong direction, what they will do, immediately they will be after you. No, dispatch immediately, send the documents. If you are giving it to the bank will take time. Please send it immediately for me. Give the copies to the your bank, because otherwise I'll be getting delayed. That means he is driving you in a wrong direction. Because all the documents original has to be routed from your bank to their bank. That is what bank looks when something goes wrong. If you have sent it based on the originals, they will be taking the goods. And if the document go through the bank copy, you are stuck. Bank will not accept. They will ask you the original, but original you are dispatched. You will be taking the delivery and the case will be unsettled.
Sir, I have a
So most of the
Next,
time I have seen
Priya.
that people.
Yeah, next we go
Most
for
of the
Priya.
time people.
Yeah, Usha.
Sir, yesterday I had joined Facebook 2-3 groups like export groups and all. So I'm seeing lot of advertisement the products. Can we free to contact them? Is that safer or safer inquiries or leads? Can we contact them?
Talk to them. For talking, what is the risk you have? Just
No,
for
nothing that. But I have joined like 7 to 8 groups yesterday.
okay.
So I'm seeing lot of posts happening, and they are telling import export free to contact us like that, so that we can contact them. There is no the false somewhere like that, not like that. We can freely contact.
Nobody will come with a tag.
Mm-hmm.
Jump in, just test it.
Okay.
Because the way they are proceeding, first they will say, okay, give me 100%, then I'll proceed. So there
Okay.
is something wrong. So test it. If any steps you are stuck, any step you are doubt, then come back to me. Not before consulting whether should I go ahead or not.
No, correct, sir. Yesterday only I tried up, so I'm seeing that, so that I wanted to check with you before going.
Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Because you cannot assess na party. Okay, next Priya.
Sir, I wanted to ask you about this pharmaceutical products, no? Like specific compositions. Then, where do you find the demand? I mean, how do you find the demand for these? I mean, specific. We like general public will not know about it, no?
Because they based on the composition. Because
Yeah.
at that too, for example, if you go to medical shop, how many medicines will be there in the racks?
Yeah, but like suppose I want to find a demand of a particular thing
Please
that I want.
listen me first. Out of that, for every product, there will not be any special code.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the dominant of the composition, that you might be knowing it. So, percentage of this exceeding this percentage, exceeding that percent, that combination will be there. Based on that, you have to technical name only have to search.
Okay.
Somebody from pharma industry is also here, no, in the batch. Somebody is talking about pharma industry.
Yes, sir. I am from. Yes, sir. I am from pharma and medical
Yeah.
device.
How do you find the not medical device is something different. Medical device comes into the engineering product. Engineering export promotion counts. That will not come under pharma.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody working in pharma?
Yes, sir. I am working in pharma Alpesh from Baroda.
You are working as a
Formulation scientist. I am developing the parental products, anti-cancer product.
Oh. So have you checked for your product anti-cancer?
No, sir. I am actually for exporting. I am not looking for this medicinal product because pharma is very highly regulated. Each and every product we have to file and get the approvals and also get the approval from plant. So it is a very big investment. So I am actually looking for agri products only. My friend is in Unja, Asia's biggest APMC, है ना जो गंज बाजार Unja. Cumin, isabgol husk, cumin, fennel. This kind of agriculture product. He is already merchant. So I am actually I am trying to link with him because he can provide me tons and tons of cumins.
Okay.
So I'm just try to find the buyer so I can contact him. So agri products I am looking for first. So
Priya,
Epida.
Okay. Thank you. Priya, could you find any of your product? Could you find or not?
So actually, I know of a person who used to do this. So he was a foreigner guy. So that's why I wanted to know, but I didn't know which exactly he was doing.
Yeah, just to find out. Okay.
Okay.
Then Madhusudan.
2-3 for exports. My cousins are into manufacturing of edible oil, and one of my cousin is in flour mill, atta. So in atta, can we get good margins?
So.
Or edible oil will be better?
Edible oil will be better.
And tea also, I have one of my cousins manufacturing.
Okay.
So which one you suggest? Which one will be better?
Tea and oils. Tea and oils.
Tea and oil will be better. In tea, we can go for bulk packing.
Bulk packing also.
Achha.
Because
Okay,
they go in like 25 kg, 50 kg also. Sometimes in drums. Or sometimes if they want customize, they will ask you only 1 kilo packet also.
Okay. So payment, advance payment, we can try for.
You can.
We can get.
That depends on your capability to convince the party.
Okay.
Okay, because everybody want credit in the whole world.
Achha.
Because that is the easiest method, na. People will ask you, okay, send it, I'll make the payment later. That is the easiest way of talking. But that cannot be possible for everyone, na.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, just one thing. In Telugu we say nerakayalu. English we say berries. Are we exporting those fruits to outside countries?
Yeah, berries also.
Because in Maharashtra we get very big berries towards Alibag side and.
Right.
So just want to know, are we exporting those stuff?
Yeah, you can search in the data. Okay, next Prince.
Sir, I wanted to know, like yesterday you told about various tools as well for searching. So there are some specifications, like today in group itself, somebody has a query about cow dung powder. So I arranged about like 10 tons of cow dung, but I don't know like what microbiology report is required. So can we get the specifications of the products being exported?
That the specification they will not be writing, but they will be giving only the description only. For invoice, for example, you have to go deep. If you are able to get the data, in the data, if they will be simply writing only the specification only, not specification, the description.
Okay.
That you have to work out.
Okay, sir. And in the paid data, can we get it? Like today, I got a call from CA EXIM Private Limited.
Okay.
So they were telling that we'll send you a sample data, and so can we get the specifications if we purchase the?
You will not get. How much they are telling?
They were telling 5,000 rupees for a specific data. I told them.
What is it? How much period?
1 month period.
1 month, 5,000.
Yes.
Okay.
I asked for oil, cold press oil, and even I asked for fly ash. So they said that first you try first only one product, then we'll go ahead with the second.
Okay. Don't purchase.
Yes, sir. Obviously, first I'm going to use your tools which you have suggested.
Don't purchase right now. I'll also give some more offer.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Okay. At the end of this. Okay.
Sir, I have a
Single साहब आज silent है. Single साहब बात नहीं किया.
Yes, sir.
नहीं. Yes,
Sir,
next.
Sir, I have a general question like, so what makes a product really special, sir?
Sorry?
Sir, what makes a product really special, like different from other products? What
product do you have in mind?
Sir, I had like tamarind in my mind, and I had thought of sesame seeds also, but they're too common. Like, so how do we find some really special products?
Tamarind मैं बताता हूँ. Tamarind, if you are making a tamarind seed powder.
Yes, sir.
That is something special. Even that has become a medicinal. That is multi-use. It goes to textile industry, it goes to paint industry, it goes to pharma industry, it goes to biscuit industry.
Yes.
Multiple applications. Suppose if we are selling tamarind, it will go only for food item.
Yes.
But whereas if you go to these kind of things, it will go to multiple industries.
Yes, sir.
So you see what is that? Sometimes what happens, the UCSs and profits are more for certain products, which is a waste. For example, coconut shell. That is, if you are burning and selling it, that is like a gold value.
Yes.
That has become a water purifier. gold purifier, face mask, tablets,
toothbrush.
Goes to the toothpaste also.
Yes, sir.
Multi-uses. But whereas we see as a only waste.
Yes.
हाँ जी, सिंगल साहब बोलिए.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, there was a discussion going on that if we want to purchase and then export, then some funding is available. Can you tell something more?
Funding is available. Who said funding is available?
Okay, I would have misunderstood it then.
No, funding, if you have the order, what he was telling, funding, you can also approach your banker based on your credentials. Fund can be, the loan can be given. What product you are focusing, sir?
Sir, earlier I was thinking about my multigrain mixes, but thing is I don't have central FSSAI license. So right now I am unable to think properly.
Sir, that is not a big issue.
Okay, sir.
There are people who can get it for you. Where are you based?
Lucknow.
लखनऊ हो जाएगा.
Okay, sir.
तो लाइसेंस की क्या बड़ी बात है, हो जाएगा. There are people, agents who do it for.
Sir, but I should have all those things na in industry. In industrial area, I should have land and factory there. Then they give central license. So those things are missing. So without that,
Okay.
happen.
What you can do is you can focus on initially on trading, sir.
Okay, sir.
Trading में focus करिए with their license. So once you establish in the line, simultaneously you can establish your factory.
Okay, sir. About trading also, there was risk about yesterday also I asked this question, their quality and of product and if they deliver it on time. So in that we are the middleman, so it will be our responsibility.
Yes, sir. That all you can imply on the supplier. That is what I told yesterday.
Yes, sir.
That is how the traders do. Otherwise, traders don't have the control over the product, na?
Yes, sir.
So we have to, because already those who are giving the sample, obviously they are producing the same sample. So that way you can go ahead, sir. Okay, Naveen?
Sir, I did ask. I asked.
Okay, then Sudhir? If you are
Hello?
fit, please lower
Yeah.
your hand so that I can know.
Sir, I was trying to find out the details for black rice and brown rice.
Okay.
But I didn't find any about black rice, like HSN and other quality specific which is required for.
That goes in others.
Others.
That
Okay.
goes in others. In data, you will find it black rice or brown rice.
Okay. But is there any specifications or even FSIs is required for black rice?
No.
No, not required.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Chirayu.
Yes, sir. This is not related to today's session. I wanted your advice, like, sir. I work with my father currently, and we have a unit, and we manufacture machine tools and do some job work for local big vendor.
Okay.
So, is it nice to start exporting products related to this industry, or
Where are you based?
else machine tools?
Where are you based?
I live in Ghaziabad, sir.
Ghaziabad. Okay. Mission tools, hand tools.
Machine tools, fixtures, jigs, small tools related to mechanical industry.
जालंधर से भी बहुत बनता है. जालंधर से बहुत
जालंधर में बहुत है,
दिल्ली
सर,
से
जी,
जाता है, गाजियाबाद से जाता है.
जी, गाजियाबाद में बहुत बड़ी इंडस्ट्री एरिया है. तो
Okay,
सर मतलब कि ये बेटर है कि इसी को आगे लेके जाया जाए या फिर
आगे लेके जाओ.
अग्रो में
स्कोप है.
अच्छा.
The scope is there. Because you are belongs to the same industry, why can't you promote that? That is your strength, na? No need of depends. साथ में बाद में दूसरा भी करो.
And second, sir, I wanted to ask, one side there is a manufacturer, one side there is a trader. तो जो कॉस्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर दे पाएगा वो ट्रेडर कैसे दे पाएगा कॉस्ट?
Depends on the, क्योंकि same person may not be selling to the same guy ना.
Depends on the network.
दुनिया में बहुत सारे लोग हैं ना.
So it depends on networks, है ना?
How you are expanding your wings.
Okay. So okay. ठीक है.
अभी हर कोई जानता है मैन्युफैक्चर में जाएगा, मैन्युफैक्चर के पास जाएगा तो कम मिलेगा. But how many are going to manufacturers?
We search.
होलसेल मार्केट में गया तो कम मिलेगा, बट आपको गोइंग टू होलसेल मार्केट है, गोइंग टू रिटेल.
Yeah. We search dealers near my.
होलसेल मार्केट में नहीं जा पाते ना. So everywhere there is a market. Yeah. Next, Nilesh, Nikesh.
हाय सर.
Yeah,
सर ये सर मुझे सर जानना था सर ये टोबैको के बारे में सर, ये जो सर कहाँ पे सर रजिस्टर्ड होगा, और सर ये मेरे अंकल सर ये फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं सर इसका.
Tobaccoboard.org. Tobaccoboard.org. There is an organization separately for tobacco.
Tobacco.org. सर इसके लिए सर कुछ अलग से कुछ लाइसेंस लेनी पड़ती है?
Yes. यहाँ पे बोर्ड आते हैं, वहाँ पे उनका लाइसेंस क्वालिटी का लेना पड़ेगा. You have to become the member of the board.
Okay sir.
Okay, next.
सर कल का स्टडी मटेरियल मेल नहीं है आज. Yesterday
सवाल ही नहीं है. Don't ask tomorrow also. Every day morning 8 o'clock mail would have been in your mailbox. Tell me how many have not received.
प्रमोशंस में भी नहीं था.
नहीं, बाकी लोगों को पूछ रहा हूँ. Anybody who has not received? आपका एड्रेस क्या है?
benny.baju@gmail.com.
कल का मिला, परसों का?
हाँ, कल का परसों मिला है. कल का नहीं मिला है, सॉरी, परसों का और उसका मंडे का मिला है.
Definitely there would be been something. You can check it again.
So you can kindly send again, please.
No sending up again. Already आपको WhatsApp में भी लिंक दिया हुआ, उसमें डाउनलोड.
WhatsApp में वो YouTube का वीडियो है.
But वही है, स्टडी मटेरियल नहीं होता है. There is no daily study material. Only once we have given on Monday itself.
अच्छा, okay.
Daily study material नहीं है, please understand. There is no daily study material. Daily video, class video आ रहा है आपको.
Okay. ठीक है सर.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Are you clear?
Yes sir, I am clear. Thank you.
वीडियो मिलेगा आपको, स्टडी मटेरियल कोई नहीं है, ऑलरेडी है आपके पास. ओके, नेक्स्ट. अल्पेश, कीर्ति सेल्वा.
हाँ सर, मैं वही पूछ रहा था जो क्यूमिन वगैरह का जो मैं एक्सपोर्ट करना है, सो उसके लिए एफएस से वो जो क्यूमिन से वो रॉ मटेरियल फार्मर से ही आता है, और उसको जस्ट हम लोग क्लीनिंग करते हैं. क्लीनिंग मतलब प्रोसेस में थोड़ा सा क्लीन साफ करते, पैकिंग करते हैं. एपिडाइज इज सफिशिएंट. Okay, thank you.
Okay, then Kirti Selva.
Sir, today I got the source for 3 things, sir. Banana powder and moringa powder, then dates powder, sir.
Wow. You are from?
What? Salem, sir. Tamil Nadu.
Salem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
நான் அங்கே தான் படிச்சேன் நான்.
Sir, you speak Tamil.
வா.
Sir, இப்போ நான் என்ன காலேஜ் சார்?
அம்மாபேட்டை.
சோனா.
அம்மாபேட்டை, தில்லை நகர்.
ரியலி சார், நீங்க சார் இப்போ இந்த பவுடர்ல எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணனும்னா நீங்க வந்து FSSAI சர்டிபிகேட் வாங்க சொன்னீங்க சார். வேற என்னலாம் சார் பண்ணனும்? டெஸ்ட் பண்ணனுமா சாம்பிள் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது?
அது வந்து இருந்தா போதும்.
English cheating nahi.
Okay.
Okay sir. Sir, it's mandatory to learn Hindi to do exports in large scale, sir?
Not necessary. Better not to learn.
Thank you, sir.
So national language.
Yeah, next. Anyone?
Sir, I just want to ask you, like now, like since GST has came, so the tobacco exports has been reduced. Is it right, sir? Like they have changed, they have made a lot of changes in GST or something. Is it true, sir?
Every product has been applied for GST. Every product is reduced.
Okay. There is a guy who used to export like this tobacco. He got his own fields and he's a politician as well. So he now stopped all this tobacco exports actually. So
Because
he's from Guntur actually. So
see, there will not be any impact on of GST on any product. Tell me, when you are getting it back, what is the impact? Huh?
True.
So don't listen all these stories. Ask him what is the impact it has made for them.
Open system.
Huh?
Open system.
They will
Cash,
not
cash holding is gone.
Might be. That's true actually. Because he's a politician, that's why he might have stopped everything probably.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay. So next, anybody?
I have one more question, sir. This is Ram. Are you able to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm completely new this field. I have 15 years experience in IT. Recently, I started joining these classes. I have coconut fields in West Godavari and also my uncle in Jaggery industry also.
Very good.
What is your suggestions? I have an idea in exporting coconut water.
Coconut water, coconut. I have made one video on coconut. You can go through.
Okay.
But
And what about chicken powder and prawns powder, sir?
All are value added. Good product. Coconut, I made Telugu video. You can see.
Okay.
Sir, where do you?
Okay, thank you.
Huge demand in European countries, sir. As far as I know, actually.
Which one?
Coconut water.
Coconut water, coconut.
European countries, it has a huge demand. Because I lived in London for 4 years.
Oh.
So yeah, I've seen there actually. So I
Yes.
lived in like 4 cities in UK actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen like it has a huge demand in UK. I don't know about other European countries, but UK it has a huge.
Coconut water is demand everywhere.
But in Africa, so we can get it easily, no sir.
It's a bottle pack, coconut water.
Yeah, bottle.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Concentrated, sir. It's not natural like what we get here.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Anirudh this side.
Yeah, Anirudh.
Yes, sir. Sir, currently I have a marble unit in Kishangarh, Rajasthan, and I have selected granite as my product, sir. And in future, I want to set up granite industry, sir, in the next few months.
Okay.
So, sir, looking at the future prospect, will it be a wise decision to shift to granite as well?
See, granite is all India available, but marble is available in only Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
But you want to leave the marble and coming to the granite.
No, sir, both, sir.
Granite is your USP actually.
Yes, sir.
Somebody talks about granite, they will say Rajasthan first. So you can balance both. If that is the case, you can balance both. Both are having a good demand. The Middle East is the biggest market for you because everywhere expansion is happening.
Yes, sir.
So wherever there is land, everything by the next after a decade, the land is becoming a building.
Yes, sir.
So this granite and marbles is a big demand.
Okay, sir.
International markets.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Divya.
Hi, sir. So you taught us about how to find the buyers, once you have a product. But as a beginner and where we are not manufacturers of anything, how do we find the sellers, sir? Like if I have a product in mind, I tried like Googling, finding suppliers, but most of these suppliers, either they are manufacturers and exporters as well. So can we approach them?
What is the product?
Like I said, I'm looking at some agro products like rice and also fruits, pomegranates, and some powder based. I'm not shortlisted exactly at one product, but these are something that I'm looking at.
Make zero down to 1 or 2 products or 3 products. Don't talk of all these multiple sectors.
Okay.
Because pomegranate, tell me how many pomegranate farmers are exporting?
No idea, sir.
Not even 5%.
Okay.
How many rice millers are directly exporting? Very few.
No idea, sir.
Very few. But you are telling whoever you are contacting, because only the people of exporters only will be in the list. There are not exporters, but there are so many people. Where are you from?
I'm from Bangalore, so basically, but now I'm settled in Kerala in my in-laws.
Bangalore, okay. So because places wherever you go, not all manufacturers are exporters.
Okay.
But the same way, all exporters are not manufacturers.
Yeah.
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 So that way, manufacturers are only, as per statistics, 35% only they are manufacturer exporters directly.
Okay.
The 65% of people are like us, without having product, people are doing a business.
Okay.
This what you have to do, you have to choose one or two products, start working, whichever is nearer to you, whatever you can do.
Okay.
Every product, as I see, there is a market,
Okay.
small or big. But do small, anything which is within reachable to you, what you can do. Select a simple product, try to do small deal, that itself will give a boost for you.
Okay.
Go ahead for the next closings.
Okay.
Don't aim for a big product, don't aim for a big profit.
Yeah, I understand, sir. Yeah.
Do the small thing, even you can do. Tomorrow I am going to cover many other things regarding what are the small businesses you can do.
Okay. Got it, sir.
Tomorrow I am going to cover.
Okay, sir. So one more thing, sir. Like you said, looking for this value-added products, like, for example, making into powders or oils, things like that. So in that also, like, are we, like, should we look at setting up our own units, or should we look at already who is doing and then purchase from them and do the export?
My advice not to make any industry setup, because nowadays technology is changing so fast, and the developments are coming so fast. Today's technology, tomorrow is outdated.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't take that risk. What I advise is test it on others' product. Even if you are not able to sell, you are not at risk, na?
Yeah.
So you can choose other product. Suppose you have set up the factory, what will you do? If you are not able to market.
Yeah.
Once your marketing is strong, then only go for the manufacturing. That is my advice. Normally people do in the reverse way.
Yeah.
They set up the factory, sir, मुझे buyers चाहिए. Then they will come and ask us, sir, I have a unit, I am looking for a buyers. But without manufacturer should focus on the first market study. Market, where is the market? And they should, my advice is, they should test the market first as a trader. So once you establish in this line, then slowly you can replace your product instead of the other product.
Yeah.
That is what many people do.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, if you have the setup and you have the people, then straight away you can start the manufacturing and start the marketing also.
Yeah.
But that is a big setup.
Yeah, true. I mean, even if we look at some small, like a processing unit for, like, making some powders or any of the agro products itself is like quite an investment to start off with.
Even many companies, what they are doing, they don't market it. They can produce, they can do the products. And it will be purchased by somebody, then they are exporting it.
Yeah.
They are also getting equal profit without any paying.
True. Smart business.
You look that kind of activity in and around you.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I'll do some more research. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Still Ram, Sanjay, hands are raised.
So I just want to ask that you have told everything about products, but what about services? Because I am into IT services from past 20 years. So just want to check if those can also be exported.
That is exported. Even in the beginning, I told my strength is only the see, in export there are two sectors. One is services, one is goods. My expertise in my syllabus, everything is for goods only. Okay. This is not for the services. Services may you can choose some of the sector like what FIO ka technology offer technology requests. So those kind of things you have to look into that. Or you can also visit some of the services like Software Technology Park of India. So there also some of the leads will be coming to there. They are the Export Promotion Council for the services, IT services.
Okay. And sir, what's the scope for the solar products?
What is it?
Solar products.
Solar.
Yeah.
Solar, we are importing as well as exporting it. Solar is good scope for everywhere. Nowadays, everybody is focusing on the solar. Local itself is a big projects are happening. For that, they are importing some of the components from China, but our people also started making. And after making, our people are exporting also.
Yeah.
Even Africa is also big market where there is no power.
Yeah.
At the same time, there is no that much heat there. Even 30, 26, 28 itself is a big heat for them. But solar, it doesn't require hot sun, but whatever the daylight is there, that takes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
But even when I was there, they were talking about the temperature is 32, very hot. But 32 is very pleasant for us. We also see 45 also, we also see 5, 6 also.
Yeah.
We also see, suppose you are in Delhi, people see 2 degrees, 4 degrees, 5 degrees. But at the same time in summer, we see 45 also.
45,
48 nowadays. Yeah.
But there I was wondering, there is no fans in any office. Even hotels, you don't find a fan because fan is not required. No AC is required. But in villages, still they are without power. China is working on the electrification. Even these solar panels, our people, some people are having certain projects in Africa.
So you told Africa. I had discussion with my friends that they, in the factory there is like too much of burglary going on over there when you are there, and you have to really careful. And if you are trying to invest somewhere in Africa, so how to be safeguard about all those things?
If you are having a government support, because they are also inviting for investments, they are giving full security. Only they are a very small robbery. What the thing is, if you are going in after say 8 o'clock, you are going alone, and they can try to catch you. $12 or $10, $15 दे दो. They will not harm you. Small छोटा चोर है वो लोग.
वो बिकॉज मेरे फ्रेंड बता रहा था कि उनको कंपनी की तरफ से बर्गलरी अलाउंस मिलता है कि अगर आपको कुछ होता है तो पैसा देके वहां से निकल जाओ चुपचाप, आगे क्लेम कर रहा हूँ आपकी कंपनी की तरफ से.
वही बिकॉज अगर बड़ा वाला है तो वो नहीं करेगा आपका. इसके लिए कोई बाहर नहीं जाता है लाइट में, unless you have somebody along with you. If you have somebody along with the same people, nothing will happen. ऐसा. There are certain places, but not at all places. Suppose we went to Tanzania. There is a temple street. It was looking like as if we are in India. Temple street. हम शाम को 6 बजे गए थे. हर इसमें आरती हो रहा है हर मंदिर में 6 बजे को. एंड वहाँ पे साउथ इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट भी था. एंड देयर इज ए गुरुद्वारा. So some place you don't find that you are away from your place. That street itself is temple street. Looks like as if you are in India in some place like that.
Great.
Okay, Jay. See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
5 minutes
Good night, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Good night, sir.
Good night.